So I'm going to explain what Vanguard has announced, how their charging structure is going to be changing, who it's going to impact, and how much more expensive it's going to be, but also then look at the alternatives for investors. And it does depend upon the amount of money you have invested with Vanguard and also what you want to do in terms of the types of things you want to invest in. Now, just to reiterate, Vanguard, from the 31st of January 2025, we've produced an article on the Money to the Masses website, which I'm currently going through on screen, but you will put a link in the notes so people can read it in its entirety. They are introducing a minimum fee of £4 a month on their platform for people who pick and choose their own funds. Now, it's not impacting people who use their managed ISA. If you use their managed ISA service, which is relatively new, they are in fact reducing the charges on that from 0.3% to 0.2%. That keeps it broadly in line with the cheaper robo-advice propositions out there. Now, that's the good news, but the bad news is the £4 a month monthly fee that they're introducing does significantly impact people who have less than £32,000 in their portfolio on the Vanguard investment platform, where they pick and choose the funds and ETFs. The Vanguard Life Strategy funds are the darling of the DIY investor universe. So people who are thinking about, maybe it's the FIRE movement, the financially dependent retire early, you will see lots of content online where people talk about these funds, champion them, and say about investing regularly into them and focusing on that to build wealth for the future. Now, if you have less than £32,000 on the platform invested in any funds, so for example, the life strategy funds, you're going to see the cost go up per year. Now, for somebody who has, say, £5,000 invested in the Vanguard Life Strategy Fund, I'm talking about just the platform fees here, not the underlying fund charges, they will be currently paying £7.50 as I make this video. That's because there is a 0.15% annual platform fee that's capped at £375 a year. But from the 31st of January 2025, with the introduction of that minimum monthly fee, that means they're going to be paying £48 a year as a platform fee. So that's significantly more expensive. So you will be thinking about possible alternatives, and there are much cheaper alternatives out there. So what I'm going to do is run through on screen a number of heat maps that have taken us a very long time to produce by analysing the various options out there, but also the charging structures of different platforms. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that like button, because it's taken a lot of time and effort to produce this analysis. And it's important that other people who may be impacted by these changes also see this. And the sort of people that will be impacted are those who have £32,000 or less on the platform. And that will typically be people who have maybe just ISA accounts or have pensions less than that amount. And if you look at the analysis out there, that will be people who tend to be probably around about 40 years and under. So moving across to the first heat map, I must stress the assumptions are that you invest and hold. So you buy and hold your investments, and you may choose to invest regularly into them. We're not talking about people here who are wanting to trade regularly, for example, move in and out of funds or ETFs. I'd argue if you use the Vanguard investor platform, you are not that kind of person. You're more likely to be a buy and hold investor. So if you want analysis on the cheapest platform for ISA or a SIP, if you are somebody who wants to move in and out of investments regularly, then we'll put links to some different heat maps into the notes of this particular video and show. So the first heat map I'm looking at here shows the cost for somebody who buys and holds a portfolio of funds like the life strategy funds. Now, the first thing to point out quickly is that if you want life strategy funds, then that limits your choices. So automatically you won't be able to use things like Trading 212, things like Free Trade, which have very low costs, or Prosper, who are a relatively new proposition out there. Now, I have to say that Trading 212 do offer an ETF that tracks the index that is essentially the life strategy fund. So that is something you could look at. But if you're looking at the unit trust versions of the life strategy funds, then you can see on screen that the Vanguard investor platform becomes relatively more expensive when compared to other platforms out there. It's not until your portfolio size increases and you're heading towards that key £32,000 level that you are still enjoying the relatively cheap way of investing into Vanguard funds via the Vanguard investor platform. Alternatives for people with smaller portfolios include AJ Bell Doddle. What's great about AJ Bell Doddle, although it does have a monthly minimum fee of £1, is they also offer shares. So if you want to invest in some life strategy funds, they offer 3 of them. You can also invest in shares with them. So a limited range of 80 of them. Of course, you can't do that with Vanguard Investor. If you want to do more than that, then you might want to look at AJ Bell's platform. So the full platform is cost effective for the smaller amounts of £5,000 and under. As you move up to the sort of middle range of 25,000 to 250,000, then it's not the cheapest. For people who have £96,000 or more, you should be looking at Interactive Investor and assessing the costs for you, because despite what you might be led to believe online, Interactive Investor was always one of the cheapest ways to invest in life strategy funds if you had £96,000 or more within an ISA. And that's because they have a flat fee when it comes to their platform fees. So it's way more cost effective if you have a large amount of money with them. And in fact, the larger the sum, the more cost effective it is, and you only pay up to £144 a year. If you wanted other platforms to look at, things like Hargreaves Lansdown aren't that cost effective. One thing to also bear in mind is the amount of money you can get on uninvested cash. Now, that's a separate thing altogether. We'll put a link in the notes of the show to an article that details how much interest you can get with each platform. Now, you'll see Invest Engine listed here. Now, they don't provide any interest on cash, but one thing to point out is they don't technically offer life strategy funds, but what they do is have their own version, which is the life plan funds, which they've recently launched. I actually interviewed the chief investment officer about them. They work differently. There are some nuances there. You can look at the full review that we've got on the Maintain Masses website. We link to it in the notes where you can find out more about it, but it is an equivalent. Every platform that's listed here and we talk about, we have a full review on the Maintain Masses website where you can see more details about the offerings as well as the costs for using that particular platform. Now, I'm going to jump across to pensions quickly. If you are somebody who wants to invest in the life strategy funds within a pension, charging structures are very different. But again, when you get to the higher levels, it's Interactive Investor that starts to come to the fore. And with a platform like that, you not only have access to Vanguard funds, but you can invest in investment trusts, ETFs, and a whole range of other funds from different providers. So in fact, you can get access to things like retail bonds, gilts, and currencies. When we're looking at pensions again, AJ Bell Doddle and AJ Bell are ones to look at. In particular, we're assuming people aren't moving around and trading a lot because some of the platforms like AJ Bell do have fees for switching funds. So the message really is if you're an investor with a relatively small amount of money, so we're talking amounts that are below £25,000, then you want to be looking at alternatives like AJ Bell, Doddle, AJ Bell, and Fidelity. They are among some of the cheapest. And when it comes to larger sums within a pension, it was always cheaper to invest with Interactive Investor, even into the life strategy funds with more than £104,000. Now, jumping across to general investment accounts, it's a similar pattern to what we've seen elsewhere. So when we're looking at the ISAs, which ones come to the fore? So take this as an opportunity to look at the different platforms out there, what's on offer, but also look at the offers that you can now get. Previously, platforms didn't give people offers like cashback or reduced fees when you move money across them. It's become the norm now in the market, and that's only been in the last 12 months or so. We provide a roundup of all the best offers out there for ISAs and pensions on articles on the Maintain Masses website. We're going to link to them in the notes of the show so you can go through and look at them at your own leisure. They're constantly updated, and we also try and negotiate exclusive deals for people who consume Maintain Masses podcast, videos, or the website. I'm now going to jump across to ETFs. So if you are somebody who invests in Vanguard ETFs via their platform, and you're looking to now move across to somewhere else that's more cost effective, the heat maps are very different because you're going to be starting to look at things like Trading 212, the platforms that don't charge a platform fee for holding ETFs. Another one that you'll want to look at is Invest Engine. So there aren't trading fees for using these particular platforms. Yes, they may have a relatively limited range of Vanguard ETFs, but they will inevitably be alternative ones, because if you're trying to track an index, let's say it's the US market, you'll probably find another ETF by another provider that does the same thing. So looking at the heat map for ISAs, it's going to be things like Trading 212 or Invest Engine that you're going to be attracted to. AJ Bell is still cost effective. Interestingly, Hargreaves Lansdown starts to enter the fray. So we're talking about particularly large sums over £100,000, because when it comes to just investing in ETFs, Hargreaves Lansdown caps their platform fee at £45 a year, because their platform fee is usually a percentage of the assets that you have on the platform, but it's capped if you just invest in ETFs. Moving on to pensions, the charging structures are slightly different sometimes on these particular platforms when it comes to pensions, but generally speaking, the heat map is fairly similar to the previous one I showed you. You're going to be looking at some of the platforms like Invest Engine. You won't see Trading 212 on here though, so that is another thing to bear in mind. When you're looking at a new platform, do they offer the investments that you might want going forward? And do they offer the wrappers? So, for example, Trading 212 doesn't at the moment have a pension. So if you're wanting to move your Vanguard investor pension across elsewhere, then you won't be looking at Trading 212. One thing to point out, I've been talking about Invest Engine. Invest Engine doesn't normally take transfers across to their platform, but they are allowing transfers across when it comes to pensions from Vanguard Investor for the time being. They're taking advantage of the disgruntled investors with Vanguard who want to move across. The thing is, it's the platform that is changing in terms of charging structure. It's not the underlying funds. So people still like the funds and they can access a number of them via platforms like Invest Engine. If we move across to the general investment account, again, you've got a wide range of options here because you have things like Trading 212 come into the fore. They come back into it, free trade, and Hargreaves Lansdown don't actually charge a platform fee at all if you're investing in ETFs in a general investment account. Of course, you're going to be subject to tax if you are holding things within a general investment account. And the same thing goes with Fidelity with the removal of that platform fee. That is unusual for such big names to be among the cheapest platforms out there, the incumbents that we've known for many years. So you can see these heat maps. We'll put links to the article that contains the main ones in the notes of this particular video. Now, if you're somebody who wants to start trading, I'd argue you probably aren't that person if you use Vanguard Investor. But if you do, there are alternative heat maps that we'll put links to in the notes, because we have assumed that you are buying and you're holding. But if you start to trade regularly, moving in and out of shares or ETFs, then some platforms do charge you every time you do that. And that completely skews and changes these heat maps. So that is a roundup of the platforms out there, the alternatives, and there are plenty of resources for you to click through to and read as well. So if you found that useful, please make sure you like the video and comment, because then we can respond to any comments or questions, and also any views that you have on which platform you think is better, and it may help somebody else who's also looking for an alternative that's in the same